Hello and welcome to another episode of Trauma Bound and Elixir. My name is Lucia Costin. I'm your rapid transformational therapist, and today we're looking at emotional intimacy. This is the second podcast of the series. Do subscribe if you don't want to miss out. So, emotional intimacy is that deep assurance that you have someone with you with whom you can share anything. So it's someone who welcomes all of your feelings no matter what. It's the safety of opening up fully, whether through words, a shared glance, or simply by being together. Is the kind of intimacy that is very fulfilling, is deeply profound, and you're able to be who you truly are. It thrives in a space where the other person seems to understand you, not to judge you. So, as children growing up, our sense of security is rooted in the emotional connection with our caregivers. When parents are emotionally engaged, they provide a constant source of comfort and they make us feel that we always have someone to turn to. This kind of deep security comes from genuine emotional interactions, which mature enough parents can offer. Around these parents, it's okay to be yourself, it's okay to manifest your emotions, and they teach you how to regulate those emotions, how to handle those emotions, and how to express them in a way that's nurturing. Now, looking at your childhood, how would you describe your connection to your caregiver? And we're not looking to judge, we're not looking to, point fingers and blame, simply looking at how things were. How was it for you? Did you have that emotional interaction, or were they more, emotionally unavailable, not responsive? And you have to understand that emotionally mature parents are attuned to their child needs, noticing the moods, noticing the genuine interest. And again, a child feels safe, feels understood, and he can connect easily with such a parent. The parents make their children feel valued, conveying that it's okay to discuss emotional matter. When you don't receive this emotional support as a child, the impact can echo through your adulthood in ways that may be subtle yet deeply ingrained. So, without a secure emotional foundation, you may struggle to form healthy, fulfilling relationships. It will be, it will seem strange to you and unfamiliar. At times, people even describe them as feelings of unsafety, simply because they're not used to open up to people without being judged, without being ridiculed, without being belittled. So they're very afraid to be vulnerable with their partners or to be vulnerable with their friends. And there's a lot of suppressed emotions and a lot of fear in adults whose parents were not there to help them manage and regulate their emotions. So the sense of safety and understanding that comes from a deeply connected parent-child relationship is irreplaceable. And without it, you might find yourself feeling disconnected or misunderstood, even in close relationships. You might find yourself surrounded with friends, but still feeling extremely lonely. In adulthood, this can manifest as a persistent feeling of emptiness, an inability to trust others fully. You have challenges expressing your emotions and you fear judgment and you fear rejection. And with this comes a pattern of shallow or unsatisfying relationships where emotional needs remain unmet. And thus you perpetrate a loneliness, and you experience the same events as in childhood. The absence of emotional support can make you more susceptible to anxiety, to depression, feeling of low self-worth, and an internalized belief that your feelings don't matter. And the more you repeat this pattern of unsatisfying relationships, the more this belief gets ingrained of I don't matter, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy. It's not uncommon for adults who lack emotional support in childhood to either withdraw from emotional connection altogether or to become overly dependent on others for validation and for reassurance. And this is because their self-esteem is very low. This is because they are very afraid of upsetting their partner, of upsetting their friends. Again, is that ingrained fear of being rejected that makes them feel they need the validation. In some cases, you might unconsciously seek out relationships that mirror the emotional dynamics you experience with your partners or with your parents, repeating patterns of neglect or emotional unavailability. So, understanding these patterns and recognizing their origin is the first step towards healing and creating a healthier and a more fulfilling relationship in the future. So, if you want to take it as a homework for next time, take a look at your relationship, take a look at your childhood, and again, without blaming, without pointing fingers, objectively, how was it? Do you find yourself repeating the same pattern endlessly? Do you find that it's very hard for you to open up with your partner? You find yourself unable to be yourself around your friends. If this is the case, then there are a lot of things that can be done to improve your self-image, your self-worth, and also the relationship you have with yourself and with others.